Well, hello everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Endless Multiverse, a special episode of Endless Multiverse. We're doing things a little different this week. I'm one of your hosts, Andy Babakta, and this is probably strange for everyone who is a regular subscriber of Shane Star Reacts. And I am not Jordan, as you can tell. Jordan is not with us this week. He is on some trips, but he will be we will be back together. He and I. On episode 20 in a couple of weeks. So this week I'm taking over and I'm gonna destroy this channel. No, I will do my best not to decimate his great legacy. But as you can see, we're joined by a special guest, and for people who are on YouTube, if you're superhero fans, I mean, and hopefully, if you don't live under a rock, you know who this guy is. He Again, I know him as someone who's created some of my favorite fan trailers and fan movies. I'm going to throw up a couple of them. We have Kingdom Come, World's Finest with Tyler Hoechlin and Robert Pattinson, Zack Snyder's Retro Justice League, and the DC Marvel Crisis on Infinite Earths. And he's also a filmmaker who's right now running a campaign for his film Superman Solar. And so it's my honor to welcome our first guest for Endless Multiverse, Mr. Andrew List. Andrew, welcome to Endless Multiverse. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. That was quite an intro. I don't think anyone's ever going to top that intro. So you hold that crown for now. I'm happy to be here, happy to geek out, and happy to talk about Superman Solar and other geek things that are going on in the world. So thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for joining me. Yeah, I was nervous when like I was, when we were suggested, I was suggested to do like, hey, you want to do an episode while I'm gone? I'm just like, I mean, do you want me to? It's your channel, so
Yep.
but yeah. So for people who are joining in, Chainsaw is coming back, in episode 20, which will be not next week. Next week we're gonna be off, but the following week we're gonna be both be back, to talk lots more about geek culture, because you never know what's gonna break, you never know what's gonna happen. Fridays are usually very crazy, so anything can happen. But we're gonna do usual. We're gonna talk some of our topics as usual, and then we're gonna talk to Andrew about his Superman project. So this week was a lot of stuff, big stuff on Disney Plus, and we're gonna start with the Obi-Wan season 1 finale. And I'm saying season 1 finale because Disney, you better fucking renew this show. I need more of Obi-Wan in my life. Ian McGregor is my bae. So I need more of this. And as usual, guys, there will be spoilers here. So if you haven't seen the season finale of Obi-Wan Kenobi, we come back. Or if you still want to hear us talk and you haven't watched it, you've been warned. And they finally, we see another final confrontation between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan, and we learn some more stuff about Riva and kind of just setting up the larger Star Wars mythology. So, Andrew, how first of all, how have you been enjoying this season, and what did you think, like overall impressions of the finale?
Um, yeah, I know a lot of people have had issues with the show. I'm the opposite. I mean, yeah, there's small things, of course. I don't think I've ever watched something that I didn't have anything I would change, but I've loved the show. I think it actually fixed a lot of small plot holes and little gaps that we've had over the years that could be like misinterpreted, and I think they filled a lot of those in. I thought the finale was super awesome. I mean, it all makes way more sense. All the stuff Obi-Wan ends up telling Luke later on. Obi-Wan once thought as you did about redeeming him, and that he said, you didn't kill Anakin Skywalker, I did. Like, I was very satisfied with the finale. And of course, Liam Neeson coming back as Qui-Gon, like even as a small cameo. Yeah, I was satisfied thoroughly. My cup was overflowing with this show. I liked everything for the most part that they did. Yeah, I'm super happy with it.
Yeah, for me, I again, like, and I said this on the show before that I kind of took a back seat from Star Wars stuff after Episode 9 and 2018, 19, whenever Episode 9 came out. And so, and I know there's been a lot of Star Wars shows since then. I totally get that. But when I heard that Obi-Wan was gonna come, I'm like, listen, I gotta check this out. I don't care that whatever I have missed. I know that timeline wise, I don't know where this fits into the timeline, but for me, I'm just like, I just want to watch Ian McGregor and just with a lightsaber going hello there, and for me, I think that the finale really kind of completed the route they were going from. Like he was broken down, he was defeated, he was he wasn't the same person that we saw in the prequel trilogy. But by the end of this episode, like he's like daddy's back. He's thriving, he's
Yeah,
rising,
yeah, he
he's
is.
livid, and I really enjoyed the showdown. Again, I wasn't expecting to get to see like a crack in the helmet, get a little
Yeah,
peek in.
that was such a smart move to actually get to show that human facial expressions during that, and the voice modulator like fluctuating back and forth between Hayden. That was so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure like what they were actually gonna do with Hayden, like besides flashbacks. Because I'm like, like
Mm-hmm.
if he's in the suit all the time, where it's gonna be James
Right.
Earl Jones doing the
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
did. So this was a nice way to kind of like let them almost becoming one, but like not one dominating over the other. So that was pretty cool. I am so happy that Reba did not die because I was like, oh my god, this girl is gonna bleed out or something. She's gonna pass out or
Oh yeah.
whatever. But no, but she came through in the 11th hour. What have your thoughts on her arc throughout the season, and where do you want to see her go next?
I didn't hate her character, but I also didn't love her character. But I do love a redemption story in Star Wars. So I love the fact that Obi-Wan forgives her and realizes you're on a new path now. Like it's one of the coolest things that the Jedi always are doing is they are all about redemption, from like a past situation. Like with I mean, she basically is hunting him the whole movie and all this stuff. And he's when it changes and she changed her tone, he's like, hey, you can write your own destiny now, your own path. Which I thought that was so cool and such. I mean, he's back as being that Jedi when you compare to the start of the season where he's like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to connect with the Force. I want to just stay away from it all. So yeah, I like that. And I don't know where they go with next. In my personal opinion, I would much rather see a prequel with her, and let's see the journey of how she ends up working under Darth Vader. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping if there's a season two, and like, of course, I mean, there has to be a season two. Like the numbers that must have been insane for Disney Plus. Like,
Yeah,
and because the thing is, this is what's so cute about when they say limited series or event series. That is that's their way of saying, if this doesn't do well, then we don't have any obligation to renew it because we said
yeah, yeah.
limited series. But if it does well, then we can be like, we will consider it.
We will
And
cash in on that check.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
so I hope that if there's season two, I hope she's a big part of that. And because I like redemption stories as well, and I think that she's been she was the biggest mystery when the show began, and
yeah.
that's the thing aside from seeing wanting to see Obi-Wan and Leia's story again. That young little actress is
Oh,
so freaking talented. Like
she is amazing. It is the most like there is not a single doubt that anyone could not believe she grows up to be the same Leia that we have. Carrie Fisher's like spot on, perfect casting. Like it could not have been better. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So I do want to see. I would be down to seeing a prequel. Maybe her own show. Like maybe she takes off in her own direction after
Yeah.
this encounter with Obi-Wan and the cameo. I mean, I figure. I mean, of course, it's Star Wars. There has to be um there has to be a cameo of some kind. Like there has to be someone
Mm-hmm.
that people are gonna like freak out over. I was still dreading that. Oh my god, are they still gonna try and find a way to make Jar Jar Binks work, and they're gonna force him up on the
Yeah.
show? But thank God
There's
he was.
I'm very torn on a second season. Like, and here's my reason. I loved the show. I absolutely loved the show, but I also like. I think that was a perfect parting between him and Vader. So if they do a second season and they bring Vader back again, it's kind of like, man, how many times do they have rematch before what's supposed to have been a long time before A New Hope? And then if you aren't bringing Vader back, it's like, what's the threat? What's the direction? So I'm very torn on if they should continue, because I was very happy with it as is. Like I feel like you can watch prequels that straight into the original trilogy, and it's actually cleared up a lot of things. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see what their plan is.
I think something like an alternative could be that instead of a season two, because again, I feel like there's so much you can do with Ian McGregor as Obi-Wan, that maybe
Mhm.
he can show up as a supporting character on another character's show. Because I mean, I'm sure he has. I mean, okay, because again, maybe you can help me out with this because I always forget. So where are we in the timeline? Right, this is after episode 3, but how many
Yeah, so
years?
so it's after episode 3, and chat can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's about 10 years, 9 or 10 years before the original trilogy of A New Hope happens. So we're like 10 years before that time period, basically. So supposedly 10 years from now is whenever they have, when, Luke's older, he takes him and he confronts Vader again. So I feel like if they play around with bringing Vader back too many times, it could end up being a negative and just like a cash out, cash grab kind of thing. So, well, there's, 9 years. So yeah. I don't know. I'm very happy with it, but I also don't want them to. I don't want them to ruin something they did very good. So I'm kind of. It's a tough thing because I really love, McGregor's Obi-Wan. He's just amazing. So
You don't want too much of a good thing, basically.
yeah, because then it can become a bad thing. Because then you can be like, okay, you guys kind of ruined stuff. Now you went too far. I don't know. Maybe they in a second season they could bring in Darth Maul because he's still out there. I
There
don't
you
know.
go.
I don't know. I do think if they bring in Vader again, it kind of ruins a lot of stuff from the last season. But then if they don't bring in Vader, it's kind of like, where do they go? What's the plan? What's the point of the show this time? It'll be interesting. I think they definitely are going to try to do a second one with how popular this was, though, for sure. Disney likes
Definitely.
money.
Disney likes money, but also I think Disney's also liking Star Wars on television.
Mhm.
I feel like Star Wars, because we haven't had a Star Wars movie in several years now, and I mean, we know there's movies in the works, but like I feel like almost the Star Wars universe is maybe benefiting right now to just be on Disney Plus. And we have a super chat from Victor. Victor, thank you so much, and he's asking us, hello guys. Do you think if there's a season two, Obi is the creator of the Rebel Alliance, that the idea that I got at the end does having more seasons? I don't know what the Rebel Alliance is fully, so I'm gonna just throw it at Andrew.
Well,
Hopefully,
I mean, I'm not going to claim to be the biggest diehard Star Wars fan, but I've watched my extensive amount of times through things. I think it'd be a little odd. I mean, this is my thought process. This show ends, and 9 years after that, he's supposed to go from where we saw him to being just a chill old hermit that's accepted the way the galaxy is, hanging out on Tatooine. He's not confronting people. He's not in combat. He's not conflicting things. He's just hanging out. And then he sees Luke, and he's like, "Oh, hey, what's up, dude?" And then he just shows him about the lightsaber. So I feel like you can't push that too far, or then it becomes one of those like. So we're supposed to believe in a year he becomes this guy. Like I think that I don't know. I feel like it has to become a point where he just accepts this is the way life is, and he's just hanging out on Tatooine, watching over Luke, and life's good. Yes, he knows Vader's out there doing his thing, but he also is like, hey, this is Luke's safe, Leia's safe, everything's cool. I'm just living my life on a day to day, and I don't know. I feel like you do too much. It's like, so he did this, and it's like, when did this guy relax? Like ever? Like I don't know. But that's just my 2 cents. Obviously, I could be completely wrong on somebody else's view.
fair enough. Well, thank you, Victor, either way for your question. But yeah, no, again, I mean, I feel like we're gonna hear something about Obi-Wan's future later this year. I mean, there's D23. I mean, heck, I mean, there could be something at San Diego Comic Con. I'm trying to remember what if Star Wars used to do a lot of things at San Diego Comic Con before the pandemic. But I feel like D23 was celebration is usually when they announce more stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I thought it was a great conclusion to this season. If there's more, great, and I hope they do it justice. And if there isn't, um, you know, I mean, again, we can just relive these 6 episodes again.
Right.
I just realized that I forgot to play a clip that we always do at the beginning of each
Oh
show,
no,
and I want, I don't want to.
Chainsaw's gonna fire us both.
I think I'll be the one to be fired. So no, but so as always, to kick us off with the show, let's do this, Constantine.
All right then. On with the show.
I did it. I played it. There we go. So again, it's one of my favorite quotes. I cannot understand how I forgot about it. So, but let's move on. We have another big episode of another Disney Plus show to discuss, and we're gonna jump from the Star Wars universe over to the Marvel universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, to talk about Miss Marvel, episode 3. There was a lot of Marvel saying in that sentence, so forgive me. In this episode of Miss Marvel, Kamala gets further into the mystery of Kamran's mother and what she wants with the bungle, and also just learning more about her powers. And yeah, things go into a lot of different directions. So I'm gonna start asking you, Andrew. First of all, were you a big Miss Marvel fan before the show?
I wouldn't say I'm a big Miss Marvel fan. I did like the character. I actually enjoyed what they did with her. Even though the game wasn't amazing, but the Avengers game that came out a couple of years ago now, I didn't love the game, but I liked her character in the game. Wasn't a huge fan, but I also never like hated the character or anything like that. Before watching the show.
Yeah, no, for me, I mean, I got introduced to her from my sister because she's
Mhm.
like I mean, this is like her like idol basically.
Love it.
But yeah, with this episode, yeah, again, there's I think this is the episode that really deals a lot with the changes they made to Kamala because there is still a lot of discussions, like whether or not she is an inhuman or what they're doing here. So what did you think about like what we learned about the bigger backstory of her heritage, what where her power like seems to come from, and yeah, what do you
Yeah,
think about it?
yeah. I think it's cool that they're number one, they're fully diving into all that, and I think it's cool that it's not a verbatim comic interpretation of her origin story. I think it's cool they're kind of doing something a little more MCU, a little their own version. Um, I've enjoyed the show a lot, and honestly, like I think it is one of the most perfectly cast roles that we've gotten in the MCU in a long time. Like, and I might get backlash for this, but like in terms of perfectly casted, obviously we haven't seen the full extent of what she's gonna do, but like fit for the role, I would put her up there with the OG Avengers. Like she just fits that character like spot on. Yeah, I could not be happier with who they picked for it. She's been killing it, and I just love that it's a story that isn't as you're not going in there and doing the Loki stuff, which I love Loki's show, but we're not like time traveling and going to different variants. It's literally this high school kid who gets superpowers who's an Avengers fan. Like, and it just makes me excited for the future. Like, can you imagine the day comes where she actually gets to meet Captain Marvel or where she actually gets to meet any of the other Avengers? It's going to be like, I feel like her and Spider-Man are going to be like the best friends. Anyways, now I'm rambling.
No, please. That's what this show is for. No, I mean, Iman, she has been. I mean, listen. I mean, them usually does a lot of great casting and so on, but like, it's been a while since I thought of someone who like just felt like they were born for this role.
Yeah.
Like, like I could say that there's like like 10 different people I could think of before, for example, but like someone who's like
Mm,
on like Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans level,
yeah.
uh, Iman is up there definitely.
Yeah.
And for me, like I'm still a little torn on this whole idea that they're trying to shy away from the Inhumans of it all. Where I'm like, you just
Mhm.
had a movie where you had the
Where
king
he
of
was,
all.
yeah, and he was praised heavily for what happened in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, the TV. I mean, I get the TV show wasn't great, but Anson Mount did the best he could with that. But
Yeah.
but again, it's like I also feel like Age of Shield did this a good job with establishing the Inhumans in a very cool way that they could have fleshed out upon. And for all we know, maybe they will, but just maybe not with Kamala. And so for me, like with the Jinn and and then talking about the new dimension and so on. I feel like I need to see more of the rest of the season to kind of get a better take on it because, and I know it's only 6 episodes. I understand why they had to pace it up like that,
Hmm.
but Cameron's mother just like that took a turn so quickly. I'm
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like if you just gave her some time, maybe she would actually have helped you. Like she would
Hmm.
he's like no, we gotta go now. I'm like, if you've been stuck here for 100 something years, you can
Yeah.
wait like another month. Like the
Yeah. Yeah.
girl
Yeah.
just got her powers. We also see that they deal with the aftermath of Kamala or Nightlight. My God, I need to get away from this name before we
Yes,
talk
they do.
about
Yes, they do.
because now damage control. Again, not sure why damage control. An insurance company usually is now suddenly like
Yeah.
Shield wannabe, and now they're chasing her.
Yeah. I think that angle's kind of bizarre because let's think about how many superpowered, odd, unexplainable things have happened in the MCU. Hers would be like the smallest scale thing. They'd be like, and do we even know if it was actually superpowers? It's a comic convention. Nobody really got hurt. Why are we wasting our time with this? I think that's what they're real. Like, if this is a real organization, it feels weird that they're like pursuing it so heavily like Spider-Man still isn't out there doing things. Like, Kingpin and Hawkeye stuff didn't recently. Like, there's so much other things I feel like they would be investing their time in rather than like, let's stop this kid like as fast as we can. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what they do. I
Yeah.
like the actress though. She's killing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say because there was some commentary on like how they damage control they came to the mosque and they were like of course thinking that it's a brown Muslim girl and so on. And I love that Nakia was like you don't have a warrant, like you can't actually search this building until you have a warrant. And I love that
Yeah.
he was like, next time you come in here, take off your shoes. I'm like, yep, that is, do not put on your shoes in a mosque. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And I love that, but again, but I love that we saw through Kamala's eyes how others reacted in her community about someone
Mm-hmm.
that looks like her, but the kind of trouble that she's causing. Because now, like, there's, it's a subtle discussion about racism, which I think the MCU should definitely do a little more of, because we know the MCU is very family friendly. Usually, they're just like yeah, things are fine. Like like there's not
Right.
oppressed minorities or anything like that. So, but yeah, I am very curious to see like where they're going with this, and just now they're gonna go on this trip, and you know I'm just waiting for the costume at this point. I'm just ready for her to
Yeah.
suit up. I'm just wondering where it will come from in this universe.
I would think that she might just make it. I mean, she's already making different things. I mean, maybe it's a combination of she makes it and she uses her powers to make it. I mean, who knows? But she's obviously all about suiting up. Like, she's already doing that with her like cosplay costume. Um, yeah, I hope they. I don't know where they're going like fully with it. It is unfortunate that it got overshadowed by the last 3 episodes of Obi-Wan, and then they dropped Multiverse of Madness as well. So I feel like a lot of people are skipping it, thinking it's not worth the time. But like, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's just been fun to not have to be like, why aren't aliens invading? Where's Thor? It's just like, nope, it's a very grounded and contained story of a person who gets powers, a high school kid who gets superpowers.
Yeah.
I've just enjoyed that.
Yeah, and we need a little more of that, because I feel like teenagers has not been something they focus too much upon. Like, we've had Spider-Man, but now in Phase 4, we've had a lot more of the young Avengers of it. And I mean, it's inevitable that they're going to have young Avengers
Yeah.
teaming up. So I really do enjoy that they're setting this up. But yeah, but the thing is, it's so funny with Disney Plus. I'm just like, there are 6 other days in the week. You could spread things out a little bit. Like, we could have Obi-Wan on Fridays, Miss Marvel on
Right.
Wednesdays, Doctor Strange on Thursday. It's just, I don't understand why everything is coming out on Wednesdays now. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna move. So those are our episode discussions, and then we're gonna talk about some news. We're gonna stay with Marvel. We're gonna stay with Marvel because earlier today, not too long ago, Kevin Feige, our boy Kevin Feige, president of Marvel Studios, confirmed that Marvel Studios will be returned to San Diego Comic-Con this summer at Hall H with a massive presentation. And the internet went on fire, because
Yeah.
now everyone is speculating what's going to come, what's going to happen. This will be their first in-person event, Comic-Con since 2019. So the game is on. What we know, we're kind of we've gone kind of beyond that the big half of Phase 4. So what do you think is going to be there, and what are you hoping is going to be there?
I am hoping they announce, and it doesn't have to be called Avengers, but another large scale team up movie. Like, man, I miss that. I mean, I've enjoyed Multiverse of Madness, No Way Home, and a lot of other projects that have come out, but like, I miss that hype for Avengers. Infinity War, Endgame. I miss that. I miss that we're about to see everyone cross over and team up, and now there's so many new players. It'll be so much brand new interactions that we've never gotten. Like, I want to see her geeking out, like I were just talking about Miss Marvel. I want to see her geeking out, meeting Doctor Strange and meeting Spider-Man. And then, I want to see all these other characters that we've seen in a lot of these other series just crossing over. And I want to see the big picture progress forward more. That's what I want to see more of. I want to see the next big threat. I want to actually see it being focused on. So I hope and I know everyone's like, Secret Wars, World War Hulk. I've heard all these things. I'm like, well, I want a confirmation. I want him to say our next big thing, projected, whatever, 2024, 2000, whenever it's actually going to be. And I don't know, a teaser or show all the people that are going to be at something of that level. And if he's if they're going there, they're going to be bringing like the big guns. They're not going to. They got something to show for sure. It's not just going to be like, hey, we're doing some stuff soon. Thanks for sticking around. It's going to be a large scale thing.
Yeah, no, I just pulled up the list to see what is still left on their slate. So so for Love and Thunder is coming out in 2 weeks. So obviously they're not going to be there. But we have Black Panther, Wakanda Forever coming out later this year, and then next year we're gonna have Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, The Marvels, which will take place right after Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel season 1, and then it seems like Fantastic Four is the one that's supposed to wrap up Phase 4. I mean, fittingly, because haha, 4. But
Yeah.
some other shows that we still haven't got. I mean, She-Hulk is coming right after Miss Marvel, and so maybe they will be there. There's Secret Invasion, which I feel like that one is the out of the upcoming ones. This is the one that is kind of like the big deal because
I just want them to confirm the level that they're planning on doing.
Exactly.
Because I know it'll be an interpretation. Like a lot of people are like, oh, they're already doing it. It's like they'll do an interpretation, but I'm really curious. I just want to. I miss that hype when it's like Infinity War trailer dropped and everyone's like rushing to their computer or wherever they're going to watch it, and getting chills going down your body just for the excitement. Yeah, I'm ready for some more team ups.
Yeah, it's been so strange. Like, I feel like the Avengers are like, I don't even know what the status are of the Avengers in this universe right now. It's like, are they disbanded? Are they like kind of just like open organization?
Because Black Widow, Stark, deceased, and then not everyone's even together. Cap's gone. He's retired. Chris Evans Cap, obviously, and then now somebody new's taken over the role. But it's like, all those people leaving would definitely create a dynamic in who calls the team together. How like all those things would be. So I do hope they explore that a little bit. It'd be really, really cool to explore that. To explore like how do we come together as a team when like there's only like 3 OGs left, right? It's Hulk, Thor, Hawkeye. That's it for the OGs. Like, so it makes you curious what the plan is, because
I mean, I know there's also like there's different variations of Avengers. There's West Coast Avengers, Dark Avengers, and so on. So, and I wonder if that's something they're gonna go into, because we know they just announced the Wonder Man show for Disney Plus, and he's a member of the West Coast Avengers. So I wonder if they're gonna. It feels like they're trying to do more teams, but just not the Avengers. And I mean, it's like, at some point we gotta get back there. I did forget Blade. Okay, so Blade is supposedly the thing that will end Phase 4. Man, there's a lot of movies in Phase 4. So but no, but personally, I'm hoping that we will see our first trailer for Black Panther 2, because that movie is such a mystery to me.
Absolutely. Like, where do they go with it? I mean, based on everything that transpired, it's I agree, complete mystery of what their plan is to go forward. I would not want to be the person who is writing that, because it's had to have been a crazy challenge. You want to honor the legacy and you want to continue the legacy without it being disrespectful. That's a hard thing to do it the right way.
Yeah, because it's like, we know that, I mean, we're not gonna have any T'Challa whatsoever. We're not gonna like there isn't like unused footage or something like that. So for me, I'm just like, I want to see this. I want to see the world of Wakanda still live on, but it's also like, what do we do without the one that is, he's the way we saw Wakanda through his eyes. So
he led them into battle in Infinity War, and he's the first one walking through the portals in Endgame. I don't know. I'm definitely curious of what the plan is.
God, I miss Chadwick Boseman. Like, it doesn't feel real. Like, it's been a few years, but it doesn't feel real that this happened.
Too young, way too young for that to happen. 100%.
And then no one knew. Like, no one.
Yeah, he was very private about it. Yeah,
but yeah, definitely, I think Wakanda Forever will definitely be there. I wouldn't mind seeing casting for Fantastic Four at this point. But then we need a director first. But Secret Invasion, like, out of all the shows that are coming up, like, that's the one I want to see a trailer for.
Yeah.
And like, listen, the one thing that I think would blow my mind away. Like, not that I'm gonna be at Holic, I'm mostly like gonna be working during that Saturday at Comic Con while I'm there. But the thing that would break me is if, like, after all this time, they do reveal Chloe Bennett being back in the MCU as Daisy Johnson Quake from Shield.
Oh,
Because
right.
that's the big speculation. Because, like, listen, like, Andrew Garfield has ruined Marvel secrets forever now. Everyone, like, anytime now anyone denies something, they're like,
Oh yeah. I mean, even
Mm.
even when they asked I'm blanking Professor X
"Oh,
about
Patrick Stewart,
he's like
Doctor
I don't,
Who."
who's Doctor Strange? It's like, oh, you're in it. who you're in it now? Now we know. Yeah.
But yeah, anything like personally you hope like to really be there, and that you're like, oh,
Yeah, I want to see some footage and something that's actually like, hey, here's our next big team up movie. It doesn't have to be called Avengers, but like, and him confirming everyone we got that's active on this thing is going to be in it. All the D plus characters, all the all the people that are still around in the MCU. It's going to be a huge event. Maybe some more multiverse. I'll play in the multiverse. Like, let's bring in more of these past people. Eric Bana Hulk, I don't care. Bring him in. The original Fantastic Four actors, bring him in. Like, I would love to see Chris Evans come back as the Human Torch. Like, why not? Like, just do it all. I mean, it's such a fun thing to play in the multiverse. So we'll see what they do though.
Before we go on, we have a super chat from Scott Evers. Thank you so much. Final guesses on who the Flash season 8, I think you meant season 8 finale, Scott cameo is. I'm thinking Superman or Oliver as Spectre, or maybe Max Mercury or Stargirl. I can legally not say anything about this because I've actually seen the finale. So, and no, guys, I'm not saying you're not getting anything out of me. So Andrew can speculate. I'm not gonna say anything.
Guys, I'll spoil it. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's gonna be there. Be ready. Be ready. Andy told me before the show started, so I'm gonna spoil it for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Somehow the CW got money to bring Ian McGregor. I mean, listen, not to say
Yeah.
CW is like cheap.
And there's
on
gonna
the
be a
side.
fight. Obi-Wan's lightsaber and Reverse Flash will have a lightning bolt thing, and they're just gonna clash. It's gonna be great, guys. Get ready for it.
Are you making fun of that season 7 finale when they had Godspeed? And like, because listen, that was so cool. That was so cool. All I was
plead the fifth.
Did you plead the fifth? Yeah, I am. Guys in the chat, you can speculate how much you want. I'm not giving you a hint. All I will say is that the Flash season 8 finale airs Wednesday at 8/7 Central on the CW. Dare to defy, and there you go. And people who are if you're excited for no, Jordan, it is not it's not Goldface. I can promise you it's not Goldface. Jesus Lord. All I can say is that
it's Kite Man.
Kite. He's gonna take over DC. Like,
Condiment King.
The more I hear the name, I'm just like, I don't know anything about this character, but the more I hear this name, I'm just like, I just want to see it.
Yeah, see
him.
they know Obi-Wan Kenobi's in the finale.
Exactly, but guys, if you're excited for the finale, I would say maybe go to the Flash Podcast website on Wednesday, and probably if you're a fan of Superman Lowe's as well. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh.
But you know what? Tonight is not about Superman Low. We're gonna talk about a different Superman, because now, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna move on to one of the main other reasons why Andrew is here, and let's talk about his upcoming project that he's funding for right now, Superman Solar. In the video description, guys, below, there's a link to his Indiegogo campaign. I've been saying Indiegogo all the time, so I'm trying to correct myself. It's Indiegogo campaign.
Yep.
And if you can donate, please do so. You've come a long way already. Like, actually, let me check that, because I'm like, because those numbers are just going up every day. You have now reached, drum roll, if my internet was just quicker, 34% already,
Yep.
which is amazing. And yeah, so let's talk about Superman Solar. And for people who are not familiar with it, can you give them the elevator pitch? If it was a 2-minute elevator ride.
A 2-minute elevator ride. Okay, so people always say they can't relate to Superman, and I've always found that notion to be the complete opposite. I mean, the guy's an immigrant. He doesn't know his real family. He has adoptive parents. He doesn't know his place in the world. There's no way that everyone in the chat cannot relate to at least one or more of those. And one of the biggest things about Superman that I've always loved is his care and for humanity and for others, based on the way the Kents raise him. So yes, he's that guy who fights aliens and defends Earth from invasion. But also, when he's done with that fight, he sees somebody with a flat tire on the side of the road. He stops and helps him change that tire. Superman's just he's been so close to my heart for all these years, and this story that we want to tell, man, it's going to be exciting, but it's also going to be the most human side of Superman that we've ever gotten in live action, in my opinion. Like from what we have planned. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that if you guys haven't done so already, go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Again, there's a link to his link tree, so you can go follow him. You can go subscribe to him. And again, like I sometimes, like if I'm having just a bad day, I just go watch him. Like because I have like a favorite list of like favorite fan trailers or movies, whatever. So and like I probably like rewatched Kingdom Come way too many times, but Superman,
so long ago.
It was, but it's still like it still looks amazing. But
I appreciate that.
Superman has been a big through line throughout many of your projects that you've done. Do you just as a fun question before we get into like deeper into the part? Like, do you remember? Can you recall your earliest Superman memory?
Yeah, I definitely can. I mean, maybe not my earliest, but I definitely, how as you grow up, you lose a lot of memories from when you're younger. But I definitely have one that sticks in my head. And yeah, it's not the best Superman media, but I do remember doing this as a kid. Superman 4, not the greatest movie. However, as a kid, you don't notice what's good and what's bad. But I do distinctly remember watching it as a young preschool kid, and I remember how Superman gets hit into the moon by Nuclear Man, and he's like covered. I used to take this beanbag chair and like kind of cover it over me and like react like I'm Superman breaking out of the ground. I do distinctly remember doing that as a child, like a preschooler. And yeah, I remember another great one. We had to do our pictures in preschool, and I had these Superman pajamas, and I have the picture. Like I might be able to find it. I think I have it on my phone. I'll look in a little bit. It was a Superman pajama costume, a full body one. For whatever reason, they put like red cufflinks on it because it's kids' clothes. But I begged my parents, can I wear this underneath my stuff for the pictures? And they were like, okay. And you can see in the picture, you can see the red around it, even though like Superman should have been blue, but I said it's pajamas. But you can see it sticking through on my like dress stuff, that I wore for the nice picture. And definitely when I got home, I did the but I do remember. I'm gonna look for that picture because it was between that one and one other one that I was gonna put in the pitch video that I actually did for the project. So
awesome. Yeah. I've never done a shirt rip actually. I don't understand why I have never done that in my whole life. I just
you got to do it at least once. Everyone's got to do a shirt rip.
I gotta do it once at least.
I'm trying to find it. I'm listening still though.
Yeah, that's fine. I can address some quick super chats in the meantime. Scott Evers, thank you for some of the super chat. Adding no spoilers, obviously, but can you say whether the finale will leave Arrowverse fans satisfied and excited? Scott, for legal reasons, I cannot say anything. Like, I really can't say anything. I appreciate your super chat, but I just, I absolutely cannot say anything. All I can say is watch Superman Lois on Tuesday and watch the Flash season finale on Wednesday, both at 8 p.m. on the CW. Jennifer, thank you so much for your super chat. Sorry for being late. Traffic sucks. Yeah, well, don't worry, Jennifer. At least you're here. We appreciate you. I hope you're doing well tonight. We're Jennifer. If you missed it, we are joined by our first guest of Endless Multiverse, Mr. Andrew Les, who is he's a huge nerd, phenomenal filmmaker, and right now he is trying to raise crowdfunding for his project Superman Solar, which is an upcoming Superman fan film that we're gonna make happen, guys. We're gonna make this happen. He's already 34% into getting toward his goal. There's still how many days we have left? We have 46 days left.
46 days, yeah, and we're getting very close to that 9K mark. And just in case anyone's watching, I know people are like, oh yeah, I probably can't donate. The thing is, we set this on purpose. If you want to be involved in any way, shape, or form, our donations start at $1. So I want to make it where if someone wants to be involved in some form or fashion with this project, they can. You don't have to sign up either. Like, I know everyone hates signing up on websites. I hate it too. You literally just click support. You go through, fill in your information. Takes like, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes. Not even 5 to 10 minutes is exaggeration. Takes like under a minute. I believe they take Google Pay and Apple Pay. It's super, super easy. Yeah. And yeah, every little bit helps push us forward. We're creeping up on that 9K, and we want to tell the most human side of Superman that you've ever seen. We're going to touch on real issues, real things that they've touched on briefly in comics, but they've never really dove into in live action. And we're gonna play in that territory. And yeah, as long as we get fully funded, we'll have some crazier things planned that will get announced along the way. So every little bit helps, and every day we're pushing forward is a blessing.
Well, I want to talk about this costume first of all,
Yeah.
which again, I mean, brother, look at this thing. I'm gonna go through a couple of images. Again, which this is, I don't know which comic this is, but I know this is totally an Alex Ross homage,
Yes. Yes.
and that cape is sick. And talk about this costume. Talk about working on this with your team, and there's a lovely gentleman who's wearing this beautiful costume.
Yes. So the idea for doing this film has been inside my head for roughly 10 years, but the actual first stages of pre-production was about a year ago. And I first was talking with my artists about getting concept art made, and we went from concept. I mean, it was a very long process to get it from concept to reality, because there's a lot of tweaking of what you want, and ultimately I'm building my ideal Superman suit. And honestly, what's funny is like the color scheme was actually based off of Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit. That's what I actually based the color scheme on, because I liked how bright the red and the blues were on his suit. And then I just took all my favorite things I've always wanted to see in a Superman suit and kind of put them all together, and it was crafted. And everyone that worked on the process from getting this from concept to reality, man, they superseded all my expectations. When I first wanted to do the project, I reached out to my friend Glenn, who I've known for many years. We served together in the Army, and I reached out to him. I've known him for a long time, and I was like, hey, man, I first asked it this way. I said, would you be interested in being the lead role in the biggest project I've ever done? And then he said, yes, absolutely. What's the project? And then I went into all these details about it. And I told him, I was like, I don't know if we'll reach the goal when we do this thing. I don't know. But I know there will be eyes on this project, because it's going to get blasted everywhere with the quality and level we want to achieve with this. And he was on board from day one, like through and through this entire thing. And yeah, I couldn't be happier with who I have for Clark Kent and Superman. He's gonna do such a great job. And yeah, when I got the suit, it was just like surreal, because it was finally there after this long road and long process. Julian Bell's in the chat, and he's gonna be my lead VFX guy on this project, and he's been in the behind the scenes for roughly about the whole year too. So he knows a lot of these things, these journeys, these ups and downs, these twists, these turns, and he's like my right-hand man on this project. Like, I could not be more grateful to have him in my corner with everything. It's just been surreal. All of this so far has been crazy and exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the first time I saw it, like I had a similar reaction to what Jordan Kent here is saying. It looks like a combination of the Man of Steel suit and Superman's first suit in Superman and Lois. Definitely, yeah, there's definitely a homage, but it also it looks so much like its own thing too.
Yeah, so what it really is a meshing of in terms of actual Superman suits. So Max Flusher, Man of Steel, and Kingdom Come is kind of the love child of these three suits, became the solar suit, or as people are calling it, the solar verse, which is so cool that people coined that term for my universe. I stuff like that makes me hyped. Like, fan art we've gotten is just some of the coolest things. But yeah, it's been so much fun already.
Listen, like this. I mean, when you already get fan art of something that hasn't even started like filming it or whatever,
Unreal.
so that says so much. Have you seen him as Clark Kent? Yeah, like have you picked the glasses? Have you?
Yes,
picked the
we
shirt?
did. We did tests with the glasses when he was down too. I haven't released those pictures, but yes, we did. They might be released soon enough. Maybe not. We'll see. We definitely did. We did tests, and we do have the glasses that we're going to be using. The fan art thing is so crazy, and I've saved every single piece. So if anyone in chat decides to make something, as long as I'm tagged in it, not only will I share it, I will save the image and I will put it into a folder, because I think it's the coolest thing ever that somebody wants to take time out of the day to make fan art for my fan film. Like, it's one of the craziest things. Yeah, super happy and just grateful for this experience already.
No, you talked about like, because something I know the media has talked a lot about in recent years about humanize Superman, because something that is so easy these days is, that a lot of people make assumption of that is that Superman is a boring character because he's so powerful, because, oh, the only thing that can defeat him is kryptonite, which y'all watch something more than just one episode of a Superman show. Like, there's so much more that can take him down. Why why do you think it's important to see the human in Superman, despite the fact that this is, like, he's an alien, he is from another planet, but yet he is maybe more human than any of us in some way, if that makes sense.
No, he definitely is more human than us. I mean, he's a guy who could go into work at the Daily Planet, for example, and somebody's like, yeah, I got in a car wreck this morning and my car's messed up, and he could just kind of blow it off if he wanted to and be like, yeah, I could buffer that out in 2 seconds. But instead, he chooses to understand and empathize, by the way the Kents raise him, with somebody's problem. He chooses to understand and actually understand where they're coming from, and the stress that can come with that, the anxiety that can come with that, the annoyance, the frustration. And that's one of the things that we get to play with in our universe. That's going to be so fun, because people are like, oh, nothing can stop Superman. He has all these powers. So what happens when you put Superman in a situation where his powers have no ability to resolve the situation? It has to be his humanity that does. And that's one of the things we're going to play with in our movie, is that his powers don't resolve one of our main issues that he comes across in the movie. He has all these powers, but it's not the factor that could save or stop the situation. So it's going to be a fun situation to play around with.
Well, I know people are, again, a lot of people are freaking out about the Soloverse.
It's so kind.
Like, do you have in your mind, like, again, I don't know if it's something that you want to announce later or something, like, but like, do you have like an idea of other characters in this universe?
So everything in our universe, I've tried to have a rhyme or reason behind, even if it's something that, like, this character won't be in our universe, but it's something that might get referenced or be in the background. You can ask Julian Bell. I've gone to the most absurd extent of having a backstory for something like that. In our universe, this is how this would be. Like, he's probably like annoyed with how much detail I've gone into about all these little things. So it's very much a Superman story, because I've had people be like, oh, is the Flash going to be in it? I'm like, no, is Batman going to be in it? No, but be on the lookout for DC Universe Easter eggs. I will say that. Superman Universe, DC Universe, we are going to definitely have those in there. A lot of it definitely depends on us getting fully funded, but we do have flexible funding enabled, meaning if we don't reach the goal, we get to keep what we raise, and we have like milestone breakdown of what that means. It's going to be so fun. We have lots of exciting sequences planned. So let me tell you that, like, it's you will have situations that are going to be emotional and human, but let me tell you, you're going to have lots of super cool Superman sequences and sequences that we have not seen done in live action. I think it's just gonna be fun for everybody to see. And like I said, the closer we get, the more things I can actually put out there and kind of tease and show and whatnot.
You just started your search for your Lois Lane, and
yes, we did.
Lois is such an integral part to Clark. Of course, we all know that. Can you tease what Superman Solo would do to humanize Lois? Like, what do we see from her humanity in the story that you want to hope to do?
Yeah, so I mean, I went through about 400 emails today, writing back to people for them to be able to send. Like, obviously, I went through headshots and stuff like that, but to be able for them to send mock-up scenes. I didn't take real scenes from the script, but I have mock-up scenes that I sent to them, and the role's still open. It's kind of one of those things. I will know when I find the right person. I don't know if it's going to be by looking at the headshot, if it's going to be talking to them, but I will know. I will be like, this is the Lois. This is the one that we've been wanting. Like, it's going to be in this story. She is very much. So the story pacing is something that I am taking from, like, Batman Begins. I really like storytelling when you get to go from present where we're at, and then you also get to jump back to the past or jump back to a memory with that character. Man of Steel kind of did a little bit of that too, and I love that kind of storytelling. So we're going to have quite a bit of that, because in the universe, he's been Superman for between 1 and 2 years, closer to 2 years, for the bulk of the movie. And Lois is a go-getter. She's already Pulitzer Prize winning reporter at this point. She's tough as nails. She asks the hard questions, and I don't mean the hard questions that would be appropriate for she puts Superman on the spot with questions that a real reporter would ask somebody who has powers showing up on this planet. So it's going to be a lot of fun to play with it. And like I said, the further we get along on funding, and I know I keep bringing up funding, the more we get to do. Like
Yeah,
the
no,
more we
of
get to
course,
tell
bring it
closer
up,
to
bring it up.
the goal. Yeah, and it's so many things exciting that we want to do and tell with the story, and that's why every donation makes a difference. When I because I get an email for every donation we get, so when I get an email and I see one, if it says $1, $5, $100, I'm excited because somebody believes in the project. The amount of money you donate doesn't take away or make you more of a supporter or less of a supporter. It means you believe in the project, and that's what it tells me. Or you believe in me, maybe. Like, and all those things matter so much to me whenever I see people sharing it on Twitter. Like, I just supported. It's like so cool that that people are as excited as I am about telling this story.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely know that donations will come your way from me definitely, and maybe Shane has told me something, but you'll have to wait and see. But we, of course, again, I mean, you've done such great work. I mean, like there's been time where I'm like, I literally thought, like years ago, I remember I actually almost wrote because I thought I'd missed a trailer for the Flash, and I thought, oh, Doomsday is in the finale, and then and it was your video, and I was like,
Oh.
okay, this dude knows what he's doing. If he could trick me so well, that I'm like, oh wait, this is Smallville's Doomsday. What the hell?
Oh.
And so I was full. So of course we're gonna make this happen. And like guys on the website again, the link is in the show notes in the video description. So go, after this episode, or if you're on your computer, open another tab and look through some of the great perks that are there. And again, like you said, as anywhere from $1 to $15, $50, $100. Again, like
Yeah.
every bit helps, and that's what's I think so great now. Because 20 years ago we didn't have this. We didn't have Indiegogo that could just help any filmmaker make the things happen. It's always like, oh well, we got to get the studio, whatever, and so on.
Yeah.
What we have one of the super chat we have, and this is a question specifically for you, Alice. Who is your favorite Superman?
Mine. No, no. Out of the live action ones we've had, number one, because I know somebody will be dissatisfied with my answer no matter what I say. I have enjoyed all the live action versions of Supermans we have. I really have. They've all brought something to the character. But Christopher Reeve will always just be definitive Superman for me. Yeah, he embodied that character. He put so much love and care into that character. Yeah, Chris Reeve would be my answer to that. And I do want to add on the Indiegogo related thing, just something that people can know is that lots of other people who run campaigns, like, so say you do like a $5 perk and then like 3 weeks later, whatever, before the campaign's over, you do $20. Well, one of the things that I'm doing manually, if somebody does that, I am going to qualify them for the $25 level perk. Even though they did 2 separate donations, I will be qualifying for that. Obviously, exclusives would be excluded from this because I can't justify doing it that way because you have to claim a certain number of them that we have available. But like something like that, for example. So if somebody was like, oh, I'll give them $5. And then before it's over, like, you know what? I'll give $20. Boom. Now you're qualified for the Truth and Justice perk is what it's called. And so forth, all the way up to as ever far it is. Where I'm allowing stacking, I guess is the easiest way to put it. I want to give whatever ability we can to make people want to be involved in this project.
Amen to that. I wanted to talk a little about your creative team that you're working with. You're working with some people that I work with for years who are wonderful human beings. David Jones, Mike Schmidt, if you're watching, bless you guys. Talk about working with this extended team and what they're bringing to your vision in this project.
Man, everyone has been so great to work with. I hope that continues. Knock on wood. No, everyone's been great to work with. Easy to work with. Excited about the project. Like, I have so many score tracks and pieces already finished that I have not even like somewhat teased for people. We do have our own theme. Yes, for people who might ask that question, we do have our own theme. Working with everyone's been great. They've been team players. They've been creative. They've been innovative. They've been understanding about changes, which is a hard thing when you're working behind the scenes. Because you're like, that needs to look a little more like this. Okay, and then make the adjustment. Same thing with designing the suit. It needs to look more like this. It needs to be more this color. No, Julian is amazing to work with. Ignore him in chat. It's been great. I'm so glad that I've not had a situation where someone has been horrible and we've had to be like, yeah, let's kick them out of the team. Like, no one's been in that regard. All of our team so far has just been outstanding, excited, and eager to do more and to do more things. And yeah, it's been great. I hate to I wish I could say something more, but it really has been just a great experience. Everyone that's been brought onto the team has been amazing.
Uh-oh.
Yes,
Chainsaw
I am
React.
the new Chainsaw Reacts with not as good of a full beard as the man, the myth, the legend himself.
And I shaved mine off today.
Oh,
I
with our powers combined.
no, there you go. Jordan, hope you're doing it well. But by the way, a super chat from Jennifer that is very fitting for you now, Jordan, is congratulating on hitting 57,000
Oh, yep.
subscribers. It's awesome. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for that.
100K's next. 100K.
Listen, 100K. That you're gonna get. Do they still do like the play button thing? Like, or I sound
Where's
like
it at? Where I can't move the right way. Above the Captain America shield.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, the silver was. Oh, it's because the fan, like it's covering.
Yeah, it's yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna 100K guys. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I am because I know we're gonna get to live Q&A soon. But for me, what I look at I'm looking at these photos, I look at this costume, and I again like. When you've like you were talking about having seen other fan campaigns before and so on, like what would you like to say more about just this process of like what this is doing for filmmakers today? Because again, like I was teasing a little bit before that it's you got to do for a studio and so, but now it's like you can, if you know the people who if you know VFX guy, if you know writers or whatever, so you can now make your own product and so on. So why do you think it's important for campaigns like Indiegogo to exist?
Oh yeah, it's so important because imagine trying to sell to people like, yeah, I'm making a fan film, PayPal me, Venmo me. They'd be like,
Venmo.
No. They'd be like, no. And I think it's like, I even making this campaign that we made, I spent weeks prepping, rewording, getting people on our team to re-overlook to make sure everything makes sense and it's sound, and it's because I wanted it to provide lots of information, and also I wanted my passion to come through for how much I love this character when coming up with everything. And then of course you get perks and you get incentives and stuff to contribute to help make this. It's completely nonprofit. Like by definition, it is the most passion project you can be. We've invested, like even before launching, I've invested so much time, energy, and money into this, and I'm going to continue to do so as the crowdfunding continues to go as well. But our goal is just to tell this incredible story we want to tell, and you can't do it without platforms like Indiegogo or like GoFundMe and stuff like that, because there's that safe haven of a trusted network in between. There's none of that. Like, I'm just saying, like, imagine a creator you've never heard of is just like, oh yeah, PayPal me guys, I want to make a movie. They'd be like, that's insane. Like, why would we do that? Whereas this is, entirely, it's a safe place to contribute. There's thousands and thousands of products, movies, TV shows, games that have all been funded through Indiegogo. And yeah, I grateful for the platform. I'm grateful for how easy it is to use. If people want to donate, it takes matters of seconds to donate if you want to. And yeah, it's exciting.
We do have a question from Jordan that's kind of from Jordan Kennedy is kind of relevant. Is there a trailer for Superman Solar?
No, because we're raising money and we haven't shot the movie. That's the goal, guys. We have to. There's a pitch video that is on the Indiegogo campaign that has some pictures and some small test footage that we did. We had a very short turnaround time during that shoot with Glenn, my actor. But there is a lot of information, a lot of content in there. If I had a trailer ready, guys, I wouldn't have to do a crowdfunding thing, But yeah, that ultimately the trailer will come based on how far our funding goes. Obviously we're going to make a trailer. How much we can do for that trailer building up to the movie is completely depending on how well the campaign goes and the donations come in and things like that. So yeah.
Well, there you go. I just posted a link in the show in the comments, guys. So again, we are like just looking at it again. We're 46 days away, and you already raised 34%. That is, like
it's crazy. It's 2 weeks to today is when we launched. So it's crazy to have even gotten there. Like it's crazy. I'm not getting too comfortable, but I'm also don't want to like beat myself down. Like it's you don't know. You don't know if people want to will continue to support. You don't know. It's truly up in the air. All I can do is hope, or as I said in Man of Steel, sometimes you have to take a leap of faith first. The trust part comes later. So that's kind of it.
Another super that is a question for you. Is A-List a multiverse version of Chainsaw? Are you a variant?
A variant? No. If anything, he's a variant of me.
Oh snap!
No, I'm just kidding.
There's snap. No, but remember, so yeah, if you can pledge, any amount helps, and then also the best way to spread. Oh,
what?
There he is. There he is. My variant. No, I'm just kidding. He's in.
What's up?
I will let you love Bert.
Oh, come on, get back, Andy. Come on, Andy.
He bailed.
Yeah, I just got home. We had a crazy evening. Not to mess everything up, we saw a wreck, so we had to stop and help these people out. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, how's everything going?
Good. Happy to be here.
Now
it feels more normal because you're on your own show also.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw you guys live. I checked the time, it's like 9:20 something. I'm like, oh, they're live. So I clicked on, like, oh yeah, they're live. They're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw you were talking about Superman Solar. I'm excited for that. That's cool.
Yes.
Jordan? Welcome to the show. First time caller. Long time.
So thank you so much for. I didn't realize when I joined that it would automatically join me into the stream. I thought I was gonna be like in the waiting room.
Are you on your phone?
Yes, I'm on the phone.
Okay. Oh, that's probably why you. But do you have a question for Andrew about Superman Solar?
Well, I saw you talking about something about the Solar Verse. What is that all about? What do you mean by that?
That's fans. Or I hate to use the term fans. It's so weird to say it that way, but like people who have enjoyed the project have started coining my universe as the Solar Verse, which I'm not opposed to it because it sounds super cool. Like, why would I turn that down? That sounds amazing. But that's all it is. I guess my universe is now called the Solar Verse, and I'm cool.
Okay. I mean, it's interesting, and I like the fact that you're having a Superman who's 1 or 2 years into his and that would basically imply there's more story to tell if this film goes. You know what I'm saying? Because 1 or 2 years, there's definitely a lot more you could do with that.
Donate to the campaign, guys.
Yeah.
Make it happen. That's what I've told everybody. Like, if people are like, would you make a sequel? Would you do more? And it's like, it completely depends on how the crowdfunding goes. I couldn't justify making a sequel if we like bombed in the crowdfunding. That'd be weird. Like, oh yeah, let's do another one. Nobody liked the first one.
And it's crazy because literally people are already asking for the sequel. They haven't even seen the first one. They're like,
yeah.
So because everyone's like, oh, I want to know the plan. I want to know you're doing 5 movies and all this stuff. Like, no, guys.
The first day we launched, I had people ask if Martian Manhunter, The Flash, and Batman were in it, and I was like, "It's called Superman Solar."
Did they read the leaked script or something? What's going on here?
Yeah,
guys, they're the after credit sequence. They're all played.
Listen, that's a good question, Andrew. Do you do post credit scenes?
Ooh,
let's see how the crowdfunding.
There we go.
So like,
that means yes.
Let's see.
Because he could literally surprise us and go, well, I mean, it's not in the script, but I could add something in post. You never know. Yes, donate to Superman Solar. Of course, it's in the description. I saw there.
Yeah.
Make sure you donate. Yeah. But yeah, well, look, you guys you covered Obi-Wan and Miss Marvel. And was there anything else you guys covered, or was that pretty much it?
Marvel Studios going to Comic-Con.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. And now it's gonna be a big event, apparently.
And now I think half of the chat is angry at me because I won't answer any Flash or Superman questions.
I'll answer all the questions. Ask me, I'll tell you. No, I'm kidding. I have no idea. But yeah, that's cool.
I told them Obi-Wan showing up in the Flash finale. That's what I told her.
There you go.
Yeah, they're gonna have a light.
Obi-Wan showing up in the after credits sequence of Flash, like, Barry, I need your help. Darth Vader, he needs to be destroyed.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes,
I love it.
And then this is gonna happen.
Obviously, this particular comment didn't age too well.
Digger's gonna be like,
he had it on the ready.
Yeah, Digger's like, what? Oh gosh.
Do you want to stick around, Jordan?
I'll be here for a few minutes. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do. Well, Andrew, before we get to live Q&A, is there something that I hope I've been able to ask as much of you as possible? But is there anything you want to bring up yourself about Superman Solar that you want people to know? You want the viewers, the listeners to know? as we get into the remaining weeks of this campaign.
Yeah, well, I think one of the funnest things that we're going to get to do is, like I said, one of the biggest things that we're putting Superman in is a situation that his powers cannot resolve the situation. It has to be his humanity that saves the situation. Obviously, we're going to have lots of fun, exciting Superman moments. You'll get to see his powers. We have a whole version of why and how his powers work in our universe, a specific way that they work. But the biggest thing is what happens when you put a guy who can throw the moon at the sun if he wanted to in a situation where that doesn't affect the outcome. And that's kind of the fun place that we're going to get to explore. And yeah, support the project if you can.
Yes.
Please. Thank you.
Please do that, guys. Come on.
Well, then we're gonna. Well, since Jordan is here, you can do your song. Yeah, but see, you get to hear him sing now.
Yeah, I heard you. I heard that he was telling me. I was like, "What? How have I not heard this yet?"
Okay, I'm ready.
Well, then let's head into
ready. Q&A. Ask us questions, or we'll fucking leave.
I like that. That needs to be my ringtone.
A good song.
So we're gonna go through. I did miss a super chat. Christ, what have I done? Jennifer goes like, so that is cool. What is the story Superman about? And how much money do we have on the anti chart for shaving his head for $500? Oh my God, what have I done? So Andrew, just for the record, what happened was a couple months ago.
Can I add you to a perk for shaving your head too? I'll do that.
In the middle of the movie, you just cuts to him shaving his head.
Yeah.
I guess footage.
I'm Lex Luthor apparently. No, what happened was there was an episode the Friday of that episode we were going to shoot. I had gone to cut my hair, and I always do a fade. But this time, my dear barber, who I've gone to since I was 9 years old, he did too much. I had like a really bad toupee, and I my BDD kicked off that night, so I just shaved it all off. Jordan didn't know that I had done this because I had forgotten to tell him that. So when I went on when I came on, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm just going to turn on my camera after getting into the show. And I turn on the camera, and everyone just lost their mind. And now, since that day, everyone is upset that I'm growing my hair out again.
They want that
how much
back.
Sorry?
So how much?
How much? Yeah, like how much? I mean, I said it as a joke, like, listen, I will shave my head if we, if we collect a super chat for $500, something like that, just because I took an absurd number. But
yeah, right.
I may have made a mistake. So I was like, yeah, I will shave my head. I don't know if I will do it on camera, but I will shave my head the next time we do an episode. So
that's fair.
What have I done? But Jennifer, because I know she showed up late. Do you want to just answer again what Superman Solar is about? Just as again elevator pitch.
Oh, I mean, it's like I said. People always say Superman's not relatable, and I've always found that to be the complete opposite. Because I mean, he doesn't know his birth parents. He's adopted. He's an immigrant. He doesn't know his place in the world. There's so many things that anyone can relate to out there. And like I said, the big thing I said a little bit ago is that, what happens when you put a guy who can throw the moon at the sun in a situation where his powers don't affect the outcome. And that's kind of it. His humanity is Superman's greatest power, and it always will be.
There you go.
There you go. Well, then let's go through the chat and see what people have been asking. Again, everyone, thank you so much for again, because I was like, Jordan's not going to be here. Who's going to show up for just my ugly face? Because I'm like, well, the hook is that Andrew List is on with us tonight.
Oh
no.
That's
that was the hook, line, and sinker.
Well, I don't know if Craig is still here, but Craig said that retro Justice League trailer looked so cool. It was sick.
Thank you.
A-List knows how to make a fan trailer.
I know how to trailer, okay?
I know how to trailer. I know how to fan made.
Yeah, there you go.
Chainsaw regenerated into Andy. That should never happen. That would be that. Why do you want me to yell this?
It's really random.
Obi-Wan, you're my only hope.
Let's see. Here's Junior says, my favorite part is Vader yelling Obi-Wan twice. Yeah. It's funny when the hero kicks the villain ass and the villain gets butthurt about it. I mean, Anakin is petty.
he was butthurt. He was like so mad because Obi-Wan just walked
Because he was
away.
so confident too before that fight. Yeah.
He was like, I got this. I beat Reva last episode. I got this. And then and funny too, because like when you think about it, in episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, literally he walked away the same time. And then he walked away again.
Yeah.
And it's like he's so mad because like you already walked away once, you're gonna do it again. Like, yeah. Like how else is that fight gonna end? Because we know that neither of them can walk away. Like, you know, not one can just walk away, the other's dead. So they had to find a way. So they're like, okay, well, let's just have Obi-Wan walk away saying, bye, Darth.
I like that too. Yeah, that was good.
And then it cuts to when Vader's on Mustafar. He's like, we're gonna get Obi-Wan, and the Emperor's like, are you sure about that?
The hands, oh my god.
He's frozen in time.
No.
Oh Lord.
Do it.
Let's see. I am still scrolling through. Now at the part. Well, wait. Is Wanda still an Avenger?
No,
probably not.
Right now, she's probably a pancake that's still regenerating because.
Nah,
there's no way she's dead. There's no way.
No, of course not.
She booped out of there. We saw like that whole thing where the castle's falling and you see that red. She's out of there. She teleported out of there, and she's probably thinking, "How do I recover from this?" Because like literally now, Strange is gonna go, Wanda, she's a villain now. Like she did.
I feel like it'll be exciting if they put a situation at hand where Doctor Strange is like a threat level where he's like, all right, I'm gonna call Wanda. This is a bad idea, but we don't have any other choice. We need someone of that power level to help. I think that'd be cool to play with.
That would be
because she is definitely a villain now, 100%.
And the question is, how are they gonna go about Wanda? Like, how is she gonna meet America Chavez again? Like, how's the next interaction gonna go? Because if Wanda's trying to redeem herself, that's the hurdle she has to get over, is the fact that she tried to kill her for her powers. When literally, there's someone brought this up too. There's all different things about how they could end this movie so early. Well, the fact is, Strange just said, well, we could help. If you help me train her with her powers, she can send you to whatever universe you want to go to.
Yeah.
And she goes, that's a great idea. Credits. So it's like, but then the movie wouldn't have happened. So, yeah, interesting.
Yeah, very true.
Let's see. Well, thank you, Triple A, and is doing a good job running this show. Well, I was definitely nervous because I'm like, I never hosted someone else's YouTube channel before, so this was.
You were doing good. At one point, we had 30 viewers in here. People were chatting away, and you were doing good, man. You're doing good.
Of course, and it's doing well running stream. He
oozes
charisma. There we go. Marquis says, I'm definitely checking Superman Solo out. Awesome. Link is in the video description. Donate.
And that's interesting. Like today, they announced, I forget what the movie's called. It's a fan Spider-Man thing you were posting about.
Yeah.
That was cool too.
Yeah. FanVax he's doing a Spider-Man project
with Peter and Miles. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing more of what he has to reveal. So yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Where is Chainsaw?
Right here.
What is Chainsaw? Who is Chainsaw? How is Chainsaw?
Why is Chainsaw?
No one should know that. Oh
my god.
The baldness.
Yeah. Oh my god.
They're not letting you live it down.
Oh my god.
They'll never. No.
Is Kai's been the main villain of
There you go.
Yes, he is. I appreciate no leaks, Julian. No leaks, please.
Leaking, Julian. Come on.
Did someone break NDA?
Well,
Andrew, you know who you can't tell anyone. You know who you can't show this movie to. That's Variety, because they're gonna spoil everything.
Did they spoil Thor: Love and Thunder?
I'm sure they did. Oh, there was someone who asked like if we can talk about the finales next. There is no show next Friday. But when we do episode 20, we are going to talk about 4. So
yes, Thor: Love and Thunder. Thunder of love.
Yeah, I mean, unless
Thunder.
unless we have like impromptu time something in the week, we could talk about the finale somehow. But let's see what people are asking as well. Jordan says Superman Soul is going to be so crash.
I'm too young to get, or too old to get that young reference. So is that good or bad?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha, guys. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, still waiting for that season 5 new of Young Justice, by the way. Warner Bros. Discovery. I know you're watching, so give me that.
Yeah, they actually were in here asking questions earlier. You missed it.
I know. They're like where's Chainsaw? We were here to announce something, but I guess he ain't here. I guess I'll just wait.
Yeah, exactly. They just bailed. They were like, all right, never mind.
Bye.
Yep.
If David Zaslav was in there with his axe, he's like, I was here to cancel something, but I guess he ain't here. Oh well. And then he left.
Yeah.
Wow.
Andy, do you want me to reference that David Zaslav is the new sheriff in town again? I didn't like that reference. He's the new sheriff in town over there.
Every time every time he kept making thumbnails for whenever we would talk about like Warner Discovery, he would pick like these photos of David Zaslav that is like almost like a cowboy pose. And it's like, why do you keep picking these photos the whole time?
He's the new sheriff in town.
He is the new sheriff in town. That's no lie detected.
I heard Goldface and Emmett is gonna have a surprise cameo in Super Loas.
Oh yes, Goldface, please, no.
Let's see. People stop asking me about my hair. Oh my god.
People love your hair, man.
They love me without the hair. Oh, by the way, Jordan, since we were talking, me and Andrew, we were talking about this before. Should Obi-Wan get a season 2?
It depends on the story, because I feel like most of the story in season 1 could have easily been shortened or scrapped, because there were some elements that worked, but like once you get to the good stuff, you kind of go, okay, awesome, we got this cool fight. But then when you think of all the stuff they were kind of doing, it's like, well, they could have reworked that or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, with Qui-Gon showing up at the end there, I mean, that kind of tells me that maybe there's something more here. Maybe because they're also kind of saying up too, is like, well, Luke, he doesn't need me, and Leia's safe. So maybe when he travels off to find his new home, something else occurs and it has nothing to do with Luke or Leia, which I feel like that'd be interesting. A-List, have you watched Tons on HBO Max? Oh, the best show ever. 10 out of 10.
I didn't want to interrupt you, so I just typed in the chat.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
What do you think about Titans?
I like lots of elements of Titans, but there's also some things I don't like about Titans. Like, I have enjoyed the show overall, though. Like, I mean, you get like, season 1, they like totally kill off someone who shouldn't die by electricity. And yeah, it's a spoiler, but the season's been out for so long now, guys.
No, that's not what I was saying. I hated death. I just hated death.
Yeah, things like I do like the territory they play with, though. Like, I just wish they were more like I wish they would work as a team a little more, just like a little more. It doesn't have to be every episode, but like they're like, all right, we're a team. All right, let's all work separately. I'm like, team up.
I literally hate that too, because literally they call the show Titans, and yet they're not a team for the majority.
Yeah, ever.
Go.
Yeah.
No.
I also want to know, who's your favorite character on Titans?
Oh, my favorite character on Titans.
The most developed Dick Grayson.
Yeah, he is great on the show. Man, I'm trying to think. But I do like Superboy though. But I mean, I'm biased on that.
Oh, I love
Crypto.
I felt you.
Crypto.
He's gonna say that, and you said it. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna say that.
Crypto is amazing.
Oh yeah.
When he debuts and like catches a rocket in his mouth and throws it back at the feet, like that's like so comic book and incredible. No, probably Beast Boy. Yeah, I think Beast Boy is probably my favorite. I like Beast Boy a lot.
There you go.
He needs some more love, like.
He definitely needs.
He just wants the team to be a unit, and nobody else wants to be a unit. So he's just like, stuck.
I need him to just not make him their punching bag all the time. Because Beast Boy, I love Ryan Parr. Yes. He deserves more.
Yes, he does.
Marquis says, I have to go, and in A-List, you did an amazing job in this podcast. Have an awesome, great, awesome weekend, and see you all next Friday. No show next Friday.
No show next Friday.
Unless we have an impromptu in the middle
I'll
of the week.
I'll just run next weekend's show, guys. Okay, I'm kind of good at this now, right?
We'll just keep putting someone else.
Random people that have nothing to do.
We
have a question from Nathaniel asking, what are your thoughts on Superman Returns?
My thoughts on Superman Returns are...
Well, maybe all of it, but yeah, I definitely want you to start, because I think you might have nicer things to say about it.
No, I ain't nicer. But, I think they had cool VFX. Superman almost never talks in the whole movie, which is very bizarre. He has like 10 lines. And then the script is very odd because he has a 5-year-old son and he's been gone for 5 years, meaning Lois was literally about to give birth, like about to burst with this child. And he's like, hey, I got to go see if Krypton's still here later. It's so weird. Like, why would Superman ever do that? It is one of like the most bizarre story ever like written. It's so strange. I like Brandon, and I'm glad he got to do more in Crisis, because it just proves he could still really do a lot with that character.
Yeah.
That movie is an insult. That movie is an insult, in my opinion, because I've seen it once, and it was like 2 hours. I will never get back.
Watch it again. You'll have 4 hours.
No, God no. Everyone in this movie except Brandon are horribly miscast. I do not understand what they saw in this Lois Lane. I was like, this is not Lois. Like the fact that she was so like
Yeah, she didn't
cold
fit for
and
Lois very
dismissive.
well.
She
Yeah.
didn't, and I mean, obviously we know about Lex Luthor.
Well, he was cast right, I would say. Super villain turned real piece of crap. Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Joker.
Sometimes he just likes to show up what he has in his room. Like I don't have as many Funkos.
Yeah, I don't have anything in my room either.
I mean, your walls are like amazing.
You have no idea how long it takes to like set those things up. Like it took me so long to get everything positioned.
Aries Batman.
I love it.
His eyes look so cute, but even though he's trying to look angry.
Yeah, he's so cute. Yeah.
Yeah. No. The only good thing in Superman Returns is the plane sequence.
That's incredible. Yeah.
But other than that, I'm just like, this should never have been part of the Reeves Donner universe, and they should just reboot it. And
when I first saw the trailer, I thought it was saying like Superman Returns, like he was returning to cinema, and that was kind of the play on words. But they're like, no, it's Christopher Reeve universe continuing, kinda, and it's like, okay, sure, very odd.
Julian says, Titans needs to take inspiration from Gabriel Piccolo.
I don't recognize that name.
Me neither.
Sorry,
Julian, none of us know.
Sorry.
Now I gotta Google him.
Gabriel.
And Charlie has a question for you, Jordan.
Yeah.
Do you think the Flash's big cameo will be Superman or Oliver?
He's an artist.
He's an artist. Okay. This has been my last question. I think you have to exit me out because the only option I have on my end here's to end the stream. So you're gonna have to kick me out.
I'm not letting you leave.
You're gonna have to let me leave.
I looked his art up.
Force me.
His art is awesome.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just looked it up.
So the cameo, I think it's pretty clear. Not clear, but I think it's Oliver. I don't know what the way. I don't think it's Superman. I feel like it's not Superman.
I told you guys, Darth Vader and Obi-Wan are both showing up.
I would love it if Barry just like runs at the after credits sequence and he runs to that planet and from his perspective, he's watching the fight go down that they had.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hello there."
He's like, no, this is what he's gonna do. And then when Vader starts chasing him.
Oh my god.
And then Caitlin is going to show up and tell Vader.
Oh,
wow, you have seriously leveled up.
He clearly didn't level up. He still lost that fight again. So he did not level up.
He had all the cheat codes and he still lost.
I have this armor and you can't destroy me. He still does.
Yeah, he's still
at one point he's like slamming his saber into his chest piece. That was that's smart because then he starts like
wheezing. He sounds like Return of the Jedi. Like he's all like messed up.
Well, Andy, I got to go, so you got to kick me out, sir.
I mean, I'm not. You can't do it. You can't force me to do anything.
He'll end the stream otherwise.
The only option I have is in the stream, so you have to kick me out.
Okay. Well, okay. So what? Okay. What do I do? I just let's see.
There we go.
Wait, you want to say bye? You want to say bye? You want to say bye first?
Yeah. So at least you know, and then I can exit out.
All right.
Bye, everybody. Hope you guys enjoying the stream, and thank you to Andy for hosting without me, and then thank you, A-List, for being here. And Superman Solar, it's awesome, and please donate to his film, people. We need to see it, and we need to see at least 5 more sequels. So get on it.
5 more sequels. Yes, get on it.
Yeah, get on it.
And it's like I'm not gonna get to sleep for the next 5-10 years.
Just keep working, keep writing scripts. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
He's gone. Yeah, so we're gonna start running up in 7 minutes, guys. As usual, I'm just gonna check. Okay, so we're at 30 likes. See if we can get to 40 before the 10:30 mark. And let's see
everybody go click like on the stream. Takes 1 second of your.
And then click on the video description and go to his
Indiegogo. Do that as well, and then claim one of the perks. They start at $1 and they go up from there, and it all helps. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to be on Indiegogo. Superman Solar 2. It's solar time. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Solar Boogaloo.
Oh my god.
But it's like people want to see. I mean, it's exciting because people are like, they're like, we don't just want one movie. We want several movies.
Hey, my answer is still the same though. If you really want it, you got to donate to the first one. I can't justify ever thinking of a sequel if the first one doesn't get funded or very close to funded. Like, it's cool to think of, but it's also like that's what tells me that you want it is helping this get made. Basically.
Let's see. Nathaniel says, "Did you know that Tim Curry was originally cast as the Joker in Batman animated series before Mark Hamill did?"
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
That's actually kind of cool if that's legit. I don't know. I've never heard that. That's awesome. He probably would have done great.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's Tim Curry.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably would have been weird, but like awesome.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the final trailer for Love and Thunder? I'm actually staying away from the rest of the trailers because I'm like, dude, this is what they do every single movie.
Start
like
releasing extra stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like we don't like it's so ironic for a studio like Marvel Studios that is like all known about their secrets. 2 weeks before the movie comes out, it's like
everything.
Clip here, TV spot, TV spot, poster.
Age of Ultron's the biggest culprit when that came out. They released the entire Hulk versus Hulkbuster sequence before the movie came out. The entire thing on their actual channel.
Why would they do
that? I know. They always do that though. They get close. I can see after the movie's in theaters and you're trying to get people to go see it. Yeah, start teasing stuff and throwing stuff out there. You're trying to get people to watch it. But yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna go through and see if I see any. People are still asking me to say spoiler. I'm like, I'm not, guys. Like, I will get in legal trouble if I say anything. So but just again, like Tuesday, 8/7 Central on the CW, watch them and Low as the season finale, and then on Wednesday, 8/7 Central on the CW, watch the Flash season 8 finale. Because then we don't get the shows till 2023, which is, I'm fucking tired of hiatuses, Andrew. I cannot deal with like. Are you caught up on the 2 shows?
I'm almost caught up on Superman and Lois. That's kind of where I stand right now.
How are you enjoying season 2 so far?
Not as much as season 1, but I do enjoy it. I wish they would play with more of Superman's real villains. Like I wish Bizarro was the threat of the season, opposed to like this weird. Feels very retread of the first season, because the first season they're all trying to turn people into Kryptonians, and this one they're trying to fuse with their other selves and basically become Kryptonian superpowered people still. So I kind of wish they would play with some, Doomsday. I don't. There's so many Superman villains. Mixolydic. I'd be cool with that.
I really thought we were getting Doomsday actually when in that first episode. Like I'm like,
yeah,
he has a suit.
Exactly. I was like, no, you're doing Doomsday. And then it was like, oh, it's Bizarro. Okay, I'm cool. And then he's not even the threat. Oh, okay. So I don't know. I'm kind of lukewarm on this season compared to season 1. I don't hate it, but I don't love it as much as I love season 1.
Victor wants to know, do you watch The Boys and do you like it?
Hell yeah, I watched The Boys and I love it. I think last night's episode was the best episode of The Boys that they've done, period. The show is amazing. And guys, convince Andy to watch The Boys. He's not watched any of The Boys.
I haven't had time. What are your thoughts on Avengers: Age of Ultron?
I think it's the weakest Avengers movie. It's my honest opinion on thoughts. It's okay. It's the weakest Avengers movie. It's not the worst thing ever. It's not like it's unwatchable or anything, but I think they went too hard on the jokes. I wasn't crazy about the Hulk being like convinced by like, oh, here the sun's getting low. I wasn't crazy about that stuff. And it was like Day of Ultron, not Age of Ultron. But yeah,
it was a Day of Ultron.
That's what I always call it, my friends. Day of Ultron.
the dinner of Ultron, because it was just like for a meal.
Exactly.
I remember being excited for I was in one of the last times I went in Hall H was when they revealed that little teaser trailer.
The trailer was great.
They take the Iron Man helmet and they squish it into
the Ultron thing. Tangled in strings. That was awesome. Yeah.
And then the movie came out. I was like, the best thing to come out of the movie was Scarlet Witch and the Vision.
Yeah.
By the way,
they killed off their speedster. The one guy who could dodge bullets dies to bullets. I was like,
you did not see that coming?
They used that joke like 19 times in the movie too. Yeah.
Oh my god, you ready for to see him as Kraven?
It's gonna be weird because I don't know. Sony's just trying whatever. Sony will Sony,
they will time.
Yeah. We'll see how it is. He's a great actor though. He's a great actor.
He's great.
Watch if you've never seen Kick-Ass, everyone needs to see that. Like he's one of the best. I've watched Stranger Things season 4. I just saw that comment down there.
Oh, there we
I
go.
love it. I love it. Have you watched Stranger Things? No.
Listen, okay, listen.
Man.
Listen. This is what I get for having been stuck so much with CW shows for the last 10 years because it has taken up so much of my time. But now that things are winding down, I'm trying to get into new things and so on. Because I don't want to just be a DC TV dude for the rest of my life. So
you gotta watch it. Stranger Things is incredible. So good.
Bad as 9,000. I wasn't trying to compete because I can't compete with him. Like, of course, like my background is, like I listen.
I could show you guys more. I got something. I have a broken Captain America shield over here in game.
Well,
all right. I'll grab it. I'll grab it.
Holy fuck! Can you put it on?
Oh yeah, you could wear it for sure. It's a little dusty because I haven't. Dude, it takes so long to like clean just like all this stuff on the walls and stuff.
Oh yeah.
There you go. There's your thumbnail. What A-list is going to be the new Captain America? No. But yeah.
A-list. What Earth is your favorite Earth in the Marvel multiverse?
Ooh, that's a good one. What is my favorite Earth? If it's talking about the MCU, we haven't seen a whole lot of them, to be honest.
Yeah, we can take either one. Like we can look at the comics, for example.
I mean, I actually like the main MCU that we have. Like, I do like that universe. I think it's cool, and I know it's not that. I mean, I know they called it 616, but I think the main MCU is awesome. Like, it's great. I'm good with it. I would have liked to see more of what were the 838 from Multiverse of Madness? Is it 838? I think it is. I would love to see their actual fight with Thanos. That's what I would love to see. I want to see the actual fight, how they beat Thanos on Titan. That's what I want to see. So
I think it would be a fun limited prequel series.
Something like that. Yeah.
Because I will do anything just to get more Ensign Mount as Black Bolt. He can not to unleash my first this late in the evening, but he can scream, he can whisper at me anytime.
Okay.
I mean, no,
you might regret that, but
I might, but I'm just like, but I'm one of those people who's like, you can sit on me, it's fine. But he's having a great year. Star Trek, he's back in the MCU, like getting all those checks. And let's see if we have anything else before we start winding down. The boys is for the boys. But I will try, guys. I'm gonna try and get into it eventually, and it has some great actors on that show that I really want to watch.
You'll love it. It's so
like
good.
Chase Crawford from Gossip Girl. I'm just like I
good.
never thought we were gonna see him as a superhero. So, but ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna start winding down here. So, so Andrew, first of all, thank you so much for coming on to Endless Multiverse. Again, if people may just join in, let them know about Superman Solar and why it needs to happen.
Yeah, so Superman Solar, it is a nonprofit fan film we're trying to make at the highest level. We're on, as of today, it is our second week of crowdfunding. The link to that, you said, is in the description. If you can't find it for whatever reason, like even if this ends, just Google Superman Solar and you will find the Indiegogo link. We're pushing closer to $9,000 raised. We're at $8,006 something. And like I said, you can donate $1. It helps push us forward $5. We have perks that are included, anything from like digital things to posters to Blu-rays to actual screen use props that will be given away as the whole thing goes along. And any donation is incredible. And if you can't donate, like over the next, how many days we got left? 46 days. If you can't donate over the next 46 days at all, share it with somebody. That's all I ask. Share it with a friend, family, on social media. Text a friend that you think likes comic book stuff. All that helps us spread it to meet more people and encourage them to do the same. And that's all I can ask. Keep spreading the word and hope we reach the goal.
We're gonna get one last super chat from Victor, who wants to know what are your thoughts on Smallville and Lois and Clark, the New Adventures of Superman from the 90s?
Oh, that's awesome. So Smallville is incredible. I have the whole show twice because they came out with that collector's edition, and I bought that also. So
look right behind me.
Yes. That's the one I actually have it over there, and I have like a piece of Tom Willing's jacket and one of those cards in this case over here. And
A
he's
piece
asked
of his
about.
jacket.
Yeah, hold on. Let me grab it. Let me grab it.
I'm not okay. Now I'm curious. Like a piece of his jacket.
So,
Let's see. Dude, holy!
yeah, so it's like an official, like, I'm guessing they cut up like his jacket and made, dozens of these things. It has I think it had a number on it. Let me look. It's been a minute since I looked at it. Let me see. I knew it had some 1302, whatever that means.
Damn.
So I don't know. I'm assuming he had multiple jackets, but it's still pretty cool that they did that.
You have a piece of
And
Tom Welling's DNA in your house. So you can clone
yeah.
your own Tom Welling.
Yeah, to answer the other question, talking about
Logan
Carrie
Clark, I
Hatcher,
think.
Dean Cain. I liked the show. I thought he's one of the better. He's a really good Clark more than Superman. He wasn't like the best Superman, but he was a really good Clark. And he has one of my favorite lines they've ever written, where he says, "Superman is what I can do. Clark is who I am." And I just love that line. It's so good. But yeah.
Both
Yep.
shows. I mean, Smallville is like my Bible, as
Yeah.
probably everyone knows. And Lois of Clark, yeah. I mean, like my mom was the one who introduced it to me when it was on reruns, and so but again, it was just so fun to see kind of like a different Superman show that was like so much
Yeah.
about like Clark and Lois.
Yeah, more about Clark. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so guys, the link is in the video description. We posted it in the chat as well. It's again, we want to see this happen, and again, like I mean, according to Jordan, you're gonna do 5 sequels, so it's just get working on it.
Yeah, according to Jordan, that means he's about to start funding the rest of the campaign if he wants 5 sequels.
But there's some really cool perks, guys, that that
Yeah.
I mean, I look for. Listen, I will be pledging definitely, so I'm looking forward to be part of home. Yes, yeah. Don't worry, we're gonna play it. Don't worry. We have a lot of clips on the show, as you can tell.
I've just noticed.
But guys, ladies and gentlemen, next weekend, next Friday, there's no show unless Jordan and I have some time in the middle of the week because there are a lot of finales. We might do something then, but until then, we will be back on Friday, July 8th to talk about 411 Thunder. And yeah, you can find all of my social media stuff in the description below. Again, if you are excited for Super Lois and the Flash finales, I will have stuff up on the flashbuckets.com website. No, I'm not. I cannot tell you what. I'm not giving any spoilers. So don't you all even think about coming to my Instagram DMs or on my Twitter mention. I mean, like, Andy, please just give us something. Like, no, I legally cannot say anything. But all I will say is that it's gonna be a big week. It's gonna be a big week. There you go. I gave you the worst riddle of all riddles. So yeah, all of our social media stuff is in the description below. Even if me and Jordan don't do anything live next Friday, me and my crew on the Flash, but we will be live on the DC Podcast YouTube channel covering the season 8 finale of the Flash. So Thursday, June 30th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. We always do the Flash Podcast season finale lives, so we would love you if you want to come over and hang out and so on. And let's see if any of my listeners, my co-hosts will be like, why are they asking about Daddy Likes the Metal, or why are they asking you to shave your head? I'm like, this is my Endless Multiverse crew. But yeah, so and I get this is gonna be it's gonna be funny to just see your reaction to the clip that I'm about to play, because again, it's become such an inside joke that it's just like at some point I'm gonna say something to one of the Flash cast members being like, did you laugh when this was this being filmed, because it is so ridiculous. But guys, have a great weekend. Go. He's on that side. Go pledge. Go support Summon Solar. The Solarverse is coming. The Solar Cinematic Universe. The SVCU. There you go. That's long. And hopefully, when you hit that goal, we'll have you back on the show. We'll talk more, and you can start telling us about the sequels that will come up. You'll tell about it's Solar time. So, but with that said, let's play everyone's favorite clip, and we'll have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon on Endless Multiverse. If I can find this damn clip, because there's so many clips.
Wave
there we
until
go.
you do it. Hi, everybody, or
bye.
bye.
Hey, we're bye.
Metas killed your parents, Gracie. They all deserve to die.
Don't believe him, Grace.
All right. Well,
all right. Bye, guys. Bye.